you check the children. Show a little massive
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Sometimes that is better.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the horror show. I'm Cecil Laird.
Robert Duell.
Susie Robert.
And I'm in Fuego
Here to do another patron-requested review. This one is from Mikey Mnemonic.
Oh, dude.
And he requested this month Belzebuth.
Wow.
Or, as you just read it, Belzebuth.
Sure.
Not quite as interesting. But this is one that's available on Netflix, and this one actually got some
Or is it?
No, you're right.
Yeah,
Shudder.
Shudder.
Sorry, Shudder. This one's available on Shudder, and it got some notoriety last year after being released after that Hagazusa movie. Right? This was like the people who watched Hagazusa and was like, this wasn't good. Then Belzebuth dropped, and they was getting a lot of good buzz. But we never got around to actually watching it until Mikey finally recommended it. And let me say, coming hot off the heels of our review of Terrified, which we all loved, or at least I don't know if Susie ever got around to watching it, but
I did.
Uh,
the three of us, did you like it?
Which one is that again?
Terrified? All right, we'll talk about it afterwards.
Oh, the girl. Oh, yeah, I liked it.
The one with
paranormal.
the neighborhood and the
ghost thing.
plumbing
Yeah,
and the thing under the bed.
Yeah, I did like that.
Yeah. So these are both. The reason I'm liking them is because they're both Spanish language films. Although Belzebuth has both English and Spanish language, because it has Tobin Bell in it, none other than Jigsaw himself. And this movie, to give my overall thoughts, I think this is the best possession movie I've seen in probably the past 5 years, if not the past 10. I loved this movie. I thought it was really, really good. So, Robert?
I thoroughly loved the hell out of this movie. And from seeing originally Mikey's posts and everything when he threw it up on Facebook, he was talking about it and everything. It looked.
That's
really,
why I watched it.
Yeah,
was
yeah,
Mikey's post.
yeah, and it looked
And
hella
that was before
interesting.
he even put it
Yeah,
on
he hadn't even
Yeah,
requested
yeah.
it yet.
Yeah, and so we're all basically on the same page of it looked fucking awesome. What are you looking at me like that for?
I'm just waiting.
Oh.
Because you're talking. I'm listening.
She's being
Sorry.
a good co-host.
Sorry. Me,
what?
right?
Paying attention to what you're saying.
No, sorry. So real quick, overall thoughts, I absolutely loved this movie. I was actually on the edge of my seat, wanting to know what was going to happen, not really knowing what was going to happen, and then especially with the demon and stuff when we finally got it, I was thoroughly happy with this movie. Susie,
Are we going to have the lone dissenter?
I liked it.
Oh, okay. All right.
I've just seen
Up
some
here
because
in these-
I love paranormal movies, so I've seen a lot of them.
Okay.
And for me, I did enjoy it, but I knew what was going to happen. It's like a formula I know because I love supernatural movies.
Okay.
So I enjoyed it. I'm not going to say it's the best thing ever, best exorcism movie, because the best exorcism movie is The Exorcism
I
of
said
Emily
in the past
Rose.
5 years.
Or 10.
Maybe 10.
I think
said.
that one's in the last 10
Emily
years.
Rose was
And
previous
Emily
to
Rose,
10
yeah.
years.
Oh, God.
It was
Okay.
like 2009.
2008, 2009.
Yeah.
Right. That's
was it
Dexter's
that long?
sister.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Oh, shit.
well, still,
Still
whatever.
never seen
Anyway,
it.
Get off my nuts.
I will
Science,
get
man.
up in those nuts if I want to.
That sounds super
back up,
uncomfortable.
man. Stand on my
Super uncomfortable.
They definitely have my balls in a vice grip.
Fuego, what are your overall thoughts? Let's get this train back on the tracks.
Yeah, it's always tough with four of us, everybody. But
so much fun.
as my co-hosts know, this subgenre of horror is not particularly my jam, despite being just raised in a Reformed Baptist church and all this other stuff. But something that as I've watched more.
I'm biting my tongue because I was particularly interested in your thoughts on this. I even
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
it in I even put in
yeah,
our
yeah.
message thread
Yeah.
that I
Yeah,
was.
yeah. This is what I find so much more intriguing, though, is this subgenre of horror. I feel like is just done so much better with Spanish language stuff, whether it's Mexico or down in South America,
You're not
because
wrong.
of the reach of the Catholic Church and the fact that they are so much more religious than most Americans. And so for that reason, this movie was pretty badass, and I loved just the dueling perspectives of both, down in Mexico with just massive religiousness, and then up in America, the people who come to assist them who are like veritable Ghostbusters of all sorts. So it covered two different sides of the equation. The acting was tremendous. It was incredibly shot. It had one of the tensest moments, the one you mentioned to me, with the cross and somebody on it. That scene, whoo boy.
It's part of the thumbnail. I already made the thumbnail.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I didn't even know that coming into it, but yeah, this film is like top tier as far as this sort of subgenre of horror with the religious possession, demonic, any of those that sometimes. Sorry, Susie. Sometimes they like meld together. Sometimes they stay pretty separate. But this one had a little bit of all of that, plus the police procedural, which I like, and I know you don't often dig as much. This had so many different genres that I love all melding together, and this film was great. So yeah.
Why don't you hit the story, Fuego?
Okay, so we have this aging cop who had this big tragedy transpire with the loss of his child in such an extreme, extravagantly awful
holy
way.
shit.
There is a nurse at the hospital after his child has just been born, and he gets like called off on like a case or crime or something
Aggressive
like that. So he has to
first
leave.
5 minutes of a
Yeah.
movie.
It goes
Okay, no,
right
I
into
will
it.
say I
Do
almost
it,
turned
Susie.
it off with that.
Yeah, I thought you might.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
almost did.
chillins, man.
That was brutal.
Scheiße.
Yeah.
Yeah, infanticide is never easy.
No, it's awful,
Yeah.
and just the way it's portrayed here with this nurse who gets suddenly possessed in the delivery room or whatever they call it. I don't have any
The
kids.
nursery,
No,
they
she
should
wasn't
say,
possessed.
yeah.
She wasn't possessed. She's
She
just
wasn't.
part of the human contingent that are trying to stop the thing from
Oh,
being
that's
born.
right. That's right. It's been a few weeks since I've watched this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did forget.
That's
but,
what
like,
was really awesome about this movie is that the entire
stopping the
there's a
birthing
kid
of
that's
something,
born,
Yeah.
and there's a group that know this thing was born, and so they continuously through the whole movie are trying to kill this child. And so this movie has numerous scenes of child mass death.
Yeah.
And it is that is so insane in and of itself.
Oh, the bit at the school, the bit at the movie theater.
Dude, there's
all
just
that
so
different
much,
stuff.
and you're just
Yeah.
like, oh my god! Like it's so, it goes farther than any American possession movie I think
Yeah.
has, including The Exorcist. I think it
Not
goes
The Exorcist,
farther.
I said
I'm not-
Exorcism.
no, I know. Oh, Exorcist, but I think it goes farther than any of them. You're right, though. You did say that.
That was a PG-13
I
movie,
like I
though,
said,
right?
I don't see it like
Exorcism
you
of
guys
Emily
do
Rose.
because I'm so
believe
used
it
to
was.
it.
No, it's
Yeah.
fair.
You
It's
know,
fair.
so-
I think that aspect of the story in and of itself, though, really put it into a certain echelon.
Which you
of
don't
horror
initially
movies.
realize, too. I mean, there's, like, you are led to believe Tobin Bell is one sort of character, and then you find out he's another sort of character without spoiling stuff, which I thought was really fascinating, too. And
I really liked his character.
I did as
honestly.
well. Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically the long and short of the story. There's a child born, a bunch of people are trying to kill it, and then there's a couple of people that kind of team up happenstancely
Yeah.
to protect it.
After we flash forward a number of years and we see that this cop is damaged, he's trying to figure himself out, and so on, and just the little American assistance, and we just slowly peel back the layers of realizing everything that's really been going on.
And
here.
the
It's not
acting
what
is
you
all
think.
super solid,
It
especially the main detective. He was
Yeah.
so good.
So, Joaquin Castillo, something like that. But he's from season 3 and 4, I believe, of The Strain from FX.
Yeah.
Okay.
He played Angel on there, and that's where I was actually first introduced to him. So when I saw him in this, I was basically kind of already on board for that because I like him as an actor.
Which with Guillermo
I can
from
see why.
Mexico,
Exact-
the
yep.
connection makes sense and everything.
He was
so,
great.
Yeah.
But the acting I was totally about. Like I don't think there was a single weak person in the bunch.
No, not at all. Especially with the pain of like in that first 5 minutes of the movie and everything. You see his breakdown afterward, the realization of the mayhem that happened. Like you have that knot in your gut. You're like, especially if you have kids and everything, and you see this, you're like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even the worminess of the main American guy who kind of partners up with the lead detective
Yep.
and they become kind of homies.
There's definitely
little bit,
definitely not a lackluster character in this at all, especially even for acting.
Susie, your thoughts on the acting?
Yep.
Sure.
You guys pretty much all
Always
covered
insightful.
it.
Well,
Yeah,
no, that's all right.
that's
I was
where
just
it's tough
asking
with
if you had
four, like
anything
I
to
said.
add.
Ditto.
So,
Yeah.
Susie, what did you think of the effects? We'll start with you on the effects.
Oh, I think the effects were good.
Yeah. Did that thing Fuego was talking about, the crucifixion craziness, did that get to you at all?
I thought it was kind of funny.
Really? See,
Yeah,
I loved
he's
it.
like
Yeah.
ceramic Jesus.
Well, I thought it was super, like, it's very,
But it's the trapping.
See, but that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
that's
in
what you
retrospect,
gotta
it's
look at.
very
Like,
similar
I already-
to the,
But that's the thing. I already like. I
the
knew.
lumberjack in It Chapter 2.
I guess in the CGI
In
aspect
retrospect.
of it, it was more so
Yeah.
what it was saying, though. That was
That's
getting
what was
me-
really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
giving me vibes of like the original Exorcist, and when she's spitting out the green pee and everything, and
Yeah.
and
If
and
you ever
also
wanted to
in
see
Pet
a
Sematary.
possessed ceramic crucifix Jesus that sits at the head of a church, You get that in this movie, and
Yeah.
it is truly disturbing.
Yeah, and also
Truly
the fact
disturbing.
that other characters are
me.
crucified in the third act of this film, and that stuff was pretty brutally presented as well. So,
Yeah,
I
I
mean-
thought the effects were genuinely well done.
Yeah.
The one part that was tough is there's a corridor chase involving that thing.
That
and
that did look a little
that-
it
bad.
looked a
That
little
wasn't as
janky
good.
because
Wasn't as good.
and they even tried to cut away from it quickly because it looked so CG compared to the other
You
things.
can definitely
Yeah.
see like where they were trying to kind of mask like the over CG-ness and
It's how
everything
they
to
attempt
keep
to
that
hide it,
the
you know?
Darkness, yeah.
the darkness and creepy
Yep,
vibes.
dark,
yep.
dark lighting, quick cuts. That's
Yep.
how they,
Yep.
you know, kind of mask
Yep.
that sort of
And
thing.
to a degree, it worked.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll say that. But
But-
definitely you could see the heavy-handed CG on it.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on the effects there?
Honestly, I dug the hell out of them, especially like once on our third act when we got into the tunnel system and shit like that. Like I don't know, it's like more so on like lighting and things like that.
And set dress.
Yeah.
Thought set design was really
Yeah, yes, yeah. That's basically like my biggest point on that. I thought that looked gorgeous.
Even
It
using the
was
money to blow up that area, that
Yeah.
the theater, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly, right? Like
Yep.
that was just, man. I mean, yeah, lots of people CGI that crap at this time, but if you're gonna blow up an actual set, I guess it's easier
Yeah.
down in impoverished areas of Mexico. Probably,
Yeah.
but
And I can guarantee that was still a
nonetheless.
set build and everything like that, but it looked great.
it did.
Yeah, as far as sound design and music, there wasn't a whole lot. I mean, sound design was well done, for
Yes,
sure,
very
but
much
music,
so.
I don't
God,
remember
Yeah,
anything.
music,
Exactly.
nothing honestly stuck out really for me. I would definitely say at least with the sound design, like the cracking of the oh god, the Jesus and everything, and
Yeah, and the
shit
wood
like that.
and
yeah,
the splintering
yeah.
and all that stuff.
yeah, and like the voices and everything. That was definitely.
Oh, yeah.
effective.
Yeah, the sound design of the voice was
Well,
really cool, yeah.
yeah. Once our, well, I guess that's kind of a spoiler. So I mean, there are characters that become possessed, and you know, as that transpires, yeah, that's something to keep in mind. And some demonic
Kinda saw
possession
that
movies do it, but well, yeah,
Maybe. I actually
I
didn't,
saw
but,
all of it coming.
she usually does. She's clever.
2020 vision.
With supernatural stuff.
There you go.
But overall, I mean, did you like it, Susie?
I did.
Yeah,
I
so-
liked it overall. Yeah.
So you'd recommend it?
Yes.
Cool.
I'd recommend it.
There you go.
Yeah, it just saw a recent home release too. So as
Oh,
we're
it did?
streaming it, if you want to own this movie, you guys have the opportunity to do that now. Blu-ray.
Oh, definitely.
Cool.
I
Yeah,
would definitely
I
buy
just saw
this.
that Terrified was coming to Blu-ray too. So
Yeah.
See, that would be another
I'd
one
like
I
to
wanna
own them both,
buy.
Yeah.
Own
them both for sure.
So good.
All right, guys. So that's gonna do it for our review of Belzebuth. Why don't you guys let us know in the comments down below? Did you get around to watching this on Shudder? If so, what did you think of it? Don't spoil anything, but if you guys want to become a patron and request movies like this, the link is in the description box down below. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button and subscribe, ding that notification bell so you don't miss other reviews like this going forward. Thank you again to Mikey Mnemonic, and until next time,
Yeah,
I've been
cheers.
Cecil Laird.
Robert Duell.
Susie Von Slaughter.
Gracias, I mean, Fuego.
That was producer Dave, and remember, stay
Stay
scared.
Dave, you made it.
Cuidado.